Hello you guys, welcome back to another video in getting prepped for December. So I'm going to be working in 3 journals today, and what my plan is to do a voiceover because I don't know how. I just want to play. I just want to take my time and add fluff and add, bulk so that I'm prepared for what I mean by bulk is more papers in my little skinny December book. And just add things. So I'm going to be working with my December album. I guess I don't want to call it like a journal, but it's more like a scrapbooking December daily type book. I'm going to be working in this personal journal, which I've kind of created as a catch-all or in-depth, more in-depth. This is what I'm used to, kind of really journaling feelings, thoughts, everything. This is more like a personal journal, so I'm going to be adding a little bit of fluff to that. I'm going to be adding, as I mentioned in my Creative Hoots journal, I already added washi to these pages, and so I think what I'm going to do at this point is just kind of go in and maybe add some color. I definitely want to add some more fluff. You guys, this is I still have December to fill up in this thing, so it is going to be pretty chunky at the end, I think, which I love. And so I've kind of already got the dates set. Again, I feel comfortable because I've never wanted to restrict and I'm probably not going to add the numbers. I know I'm not going to add the numbers because I don't want to restrict me saying I only have 1 page to work on, because I never know. I don't know, because but the reason I feel like with this one, this is my Creative Daily Journal, that it probably will be only 1 page. Again, I'm not sure, because I can always like add pockets and things like that. But I'm going to be doing more in depth in my December journal, because this is kind of the reason I'm combining both of these, because I'm not doing a day-to-day in this journal like I typically do. I'm just going to kind of do highlights and special occasions and things like that. So it's going to be still more of like my junkie journal, but it's not going to have every single day in it. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I thought, you know what, this video might run forever. I don't think it'll run forever, but it may be an hour or so long, and so I think it would probably, and I'm going to be grabbing things, and I don't have everything here. I have a lot of stuff behind me in my Christmas boxes and things like that. So, and I want to play with this stuff that my dear friend gave me, Nancy Joe. And so I just want to play and have fun and take you guys along with me. And this is kind of, I'm going to be using stuff that was in our, let me show you the kit that we had. The Creative Christmas kit that I sent out. I'm going to be using elements out of here to play with in my journal. So yeah, so it's going to be fun. And so grab your cup of hot cocoa or coffee or tea, grab your journal, and let's play. It's just going to be, again, I'll probably be just doing a voiceover to explain exactly what I'm doing, my processes. So yeah, I'm excited about it. So, all right, well, let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my December journal, and I'm going to be inputting some of those Christmas cards that I received from Christmas past in there, just kind of punching some holes and intertwining them with the cardstock that I already have cut out. I'm not really using primary colors as far as the cardstock this year in my journal. Of course, things are subject to change, and so as I begin to work on my journal, I can start adding and changing and taking things out and those kind of things. But I'm just kind of pulled towards these
blues, greens, purples, pinks. And I think it has to do with just using a Donald Duck book for my journal because it's kind of a whimsical, fun, not your traditional um, Christmas type book. So I think that's probably why I'm drawn to these colors this year. So I'm basically just putting a card in and then um, a piece of cardstock. But again, things are subject to change because that's just what happens. So I'm just kind of prepping these up a little bit and getting prepared. And that's the joy of having a ring bound is that you can change your your papers around as you need to. So that's always nice. And so actually, since I am going to be adding the holidays, I'm going to be doing a little tidbit of Thanksgiving. And if you got the creative journal, the Creative Bliss kit, which was lots of different things. You had one of these, it's kind of like the wooden wording and it's covered with gold and it says thankful. And I really wanted to add that into my journal. So I just put hot glue on the end, but knowing that the hot glue will probably not stick over time because even though I use a stronger glue and I use the extremely hot glue, they do still have a tendency to come, stuff like that has a tendency to kind of pop off. So I want to go ahead and sew on the word thankful, and I'm going to be using some yellow yarn and just basically kind of, there's little loops on the wording, and so I'm just going to go in and kind of use those loops as like ways to secure the word um, onto this page. And this is just a piece of cardstock that I have. This was actually a print from one of the kids, and I had some extra paper left over, so I just am going to add it to my journal. And so you can't really see what I'm doing off screen there, but I'm basically just doing a very simple sewing stitch to when you're a stitch, basically to adhere that wooden word onto the cardstock. And I'm leaving some excess at the end here because I do want to tie like a little bow. It just to give it a little bit of texture, and also it just kind of looks cute having that some different material on the end there. So I kind of played around with some different paper here. I have that gnome writing pad that was also part of another kit, but um, it just wasn't thick enough to cover because that yarn on the backside does cause bulk, and I want to be able to add some journaling and some pictures to the inside of this little fold here, and so I decided to go ahead and cover it with some cardstock. And then when I'm ready to add my photos and my words in there, I can just that will be ready. It'll be a smooth piece of cardstock on there. I'm using a piece of Happy Mail. I love receiving that. It basically was an already pre-made card up, and that's so nice about receiving stuff like that in Happy Mail because you can just automatically add it to your journal as a decoration, and it's there. So again, I'm just adding a fuzzy, oh goodness gracious, pipe cleaner. I can never think of that word sometimes, but I'm adding just a gold trim pipe cleaner to there, and like I'm making a little loop, kind of like a little tab, and then I just put a little fake leaf on there as well. So as again, I'm just adding fluff. I'm just adding some texture to the pages. So that's just another way to do that. Now here it's also was included in that blissful kit is a piece of vintage wrapping paper, and so I am just actually cutting that kind of fussy cutting that poinsettia out, and I'm just going to be adding it to here. This is just a piece of paper out of my one of the old Christmas planners that I had that I had some when I was going through it. I noticed I had some excess paper in the back, and I was like, well, I'm going to cut that out and use it in one of my journals because it's still good paper, and I had already filled up that spiral notebook. So I just kind of tore out those extra sheets, and I'm going to be gluing this poinsettia onto this paper here. And again, we're just kind of decorating the pages so that um, adding a little sparkle here, some little glitter glue, but just sometimes it's nice just to get these pages prepped, so that in case you do have an event, your pages are somewhat um, prepped and you don't have to, you can just write your journal and your pictures or whatever the case is. So now I also have this cute, cute, cute teddy bear vintage wrapping paper, and I don't know, I'm just drawn to this teddy bears on there, and so I just went ahead and cut me one out just so I can have it on hand as well. Um, and then that way it's already ready to go to be added to a page. So I'm just going through a little cute packet that my friend Nancy Joe put together for me. She has the best trim. I just love how all the trim and creativity she has. She does just she has so many fun things. And so I'm actually just adding some pom pom ribbon to one of the cards, and I added a little paper clip she had made, a little bow paper clip there at the top. And right now I'm just kind of adjusting the pages because on that one page there that I clipped that bow clip on was a coffee cup holder, the insulator cup slide. I can't even think of it. They're congruent, made out of congruent. But I that was from actually the event that we had there at Little Craft Place, the Play All Day event. So I definitely am going to add that event to my journal because it was during the holidays and it's part of my holiday fun. And so I just moved that to the very front so that I had that available too. And so I also just cut a piece of cardstock, the little tree, the houses there to kind of represent our tea party we had. And then I also punched holes in a napkin that we had from the tea party. So I'm just adding kind of some elements in there that are events I've already had. That basically, um, I just need to come in and add some photos, get some decorations in there, and we'll be ready to go. So yeah, so here's just another little tag. We're going to be adding some trim at the top there. This is that eyelash um, rip yarn that I love so much. They have it in all different colors at Hobby Lobby, so if you're interested in it, and believe me, it'll last you forever. I like to include them in the kits, which we did have some of that uh, green yarn included in the Blissful kit. So again, I'm just kind of going through some die cuts, adding so much fun, which the tea party was so much fun. So, yeah, just doing a little bit of prep work. This is actually a piece of material that has the cutest little gnome house on it, and I'm using this is actually a pattern that I printed on sticker paper, and I'm just adding it to the back of the piece of material for stability. And then of course not wasting a piece. I'm just going to add it to another journal. That way I have it. I'm not wasting it, but I'm just trimming this around. And the reason I put it on the back here, even though you're not going to see it, it's just adding some more firmness to that tab. I'm kind of creating a little tab out of that material. And just from experience, if I do too big of a tab and I put it on the, it just kind of flops around. And so I wanted a more sturdier one in this particular case. So I put that sticker paper on the back and it kind of made it a little bit more solid. And I wanted to play around with some more, uh, oh goodness, you know what I'm talking about. I just said I have the hardest time with pipe cleaners. My goodness. I wanted to kind of make a candy cane, and then I said, oh, it'd be really fun to do like a little trolley at the top. And then I was like, oh, is that too much for this journal? And I was like, never too much, never, never too much. So I basically just kind of twined them together, and then I just wrapped it around my finger and then kind of made a spring out of it. And now I'm adhering it to the page with the gold tinsel on there. And to really, really secure it into place, I am adding a piece of material. And I'm just using my hot glue gun to kind of add it into place. And again, this could be a space that you could include something um, on the top of that material, not necessarily where you see the, see, I'm just seeing like Too much, too much. No, not a, never, never. So yeah, so that's kind of but anyway, you could add, a picture or journaling or another sheet of paper, something like that on there. So moving on to the next journal, which is just my daily creative journal. I've just wanted to add a few little tidbits here and there, add some fluff to it. This was a tag that my daughter actually bought a December Daily little journal kit, and that was a tag that came in it last year, so we're just using them. These are the tags we made at the pajama party, and so I'm literally just, I don't want to forget them, and they're already almost pre-decorated, so all you have to do is add your, um, just add it to your journaling page, and then, put your date in there, and you've got your already little decoration made for that page. And so I'm just kind of, again, coming in here and prepping the pages. The blue squiggly lines I put is actually a Tim Holtz Distress um, little ink thing that I have. They don't sell them anymore, but you could definitely do this with gelatos and like a moist baby wipe, or you could do it with watercolor. I kind of got this tip from Loves Lynn Live, that she just kind of adds color, because I know that sometimes when I go to add do some journaling and some writing, I have a hard time, like if the pages are white and it's like, oh, I need some color, I need something on there. So sometimes it's nice just to prep those pages. And so this is the journal that I have started, and I am really really enjoying it because it's more in depth, more personal, more I don't know, like a little bit more information about something, or basically like if you, for instance, I just want to write sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily even have to be, about a current situation. It could just be that I just want to write something, or I want to talk about something, or it is current, or it was current, or whatever the case is. I still want to add current stuff in here, but it's just kind of a way to have a place to write, and not necessarily a daily. It's still a daily. It's not every single day like I love my creative journal to be, but it's definitely. So my video kind of cut me off, so I'm not sure where I left off, but I know I was talking about how much I loved having a extra journal just to write some things in. And so yeah, so that's something that I've really enjoyed having, um, just to be able to have an extra space to write a little bit more, or it doesn't necessarily even have to be about that particular day or that particular moment. It could just be about, some different things that you have going on. And really, I was just kind of trying to add some more decorations, and some charms, but I didn't. That one that I was trying to put in my little black book there, it just didn't quite work. So here I'm adding a tassel to make it more fluffy and fun, and then I'm adding just another little felt tag that's Christmas themed to the outside, just because this journal is going to take me through the end of December, which is the end of the year. And so I just want to kind of add a little Christmas element to it as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sure did have fun adding all the fluff and things like that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.